going on?
Thank you so much.
Feel like $1 million.
Shout out TMZ, you up?
Let me check out that rig.
TMZ stands for the Mayweather Zone.
How'd you find me, bro? I got my disguise on.
I love my TMZ family.
Welcome to TMZ Sports. Welcome to TMZ Sports. Back up here. Lucas, Mojo, and Luca. Happy Halloween, guys. I gotta take this mask off because this is it's so hard to talk.
Oh my gosh,
I can't see it. It's me. That's why I said it was Babcock, because you didn't know. I apologize. I do have a whole dress here and everything. Go to the TMZ Sports website if you care to see.
Whoa, there
My
it is.
legs look fantastic in them. I'll be honest with you. That's what people are saying around here. I couldn't get the dress back on. It's too hard. It's a lot. But happy Halloween. Hope everybody has a great day today. Eat a lot of candy. Go trick or treat. Have fun. We're going to start, though, guys, with two people not in the holiday spirit. Offset and his ex Cardi B, because Lucas, Mojo, Offset, who of course they were married, they are now going through a very contentious divorce. He releases a new song. He's got a new album. Releases a new song, Lucas, and it's called No Sweat on his Haunted by Fame album. And Offset just absolutely unloads on Cardi B and Stefon Diggs. Now he doesn't do it by name. But Lucas, Mojo, you read between the lines here. It's very clear who he's talking about, and seemingly Offset not very happy with what has happened with Cardi B and with her new man. So without further ado, let's hear the line from No Sweat. Take a listen.
She open it up like a mosh pit. I take off inside her like rocket. On the way to the money, no stopping. Jordan for Rodman. You a fool if you think that I'm hurt. You ain't happy, I know how it work. How you married and still giving birth? Kiss on her, bitch, you going berserk.
Woo, there it is. How the bleep you leave Jordan for Rodman? You a fool if you think that I'm hurt. You ain't happy, I know how it works. How you married and still giving birth? Get some help, bitch. You going berserk. So obviously, Cardi B right now pregnant with Stefon Diggs' baby. And he compares himself to Jordan, and he compares Stefon Diggs to Rodman, which Rodman, great player, but not Michael Jordan.
So here's the thing. Yes, he doesn't name them specifically, but it is just too on the nose to think otherwise. And the thing is, people aren't really taking this in favor of Offset. They think, he says that he's not hurt in these lyrics, but clearly he still is. You look at Cardi and Stefon. Cardi has said she has never been happier. He is someone that makes her feel protected and loved, and they're so excited for this baby to come along that, some were hoping that maybe Cardi would release a response track. I don't think this is going to happen. I think they're just going to go in their happy direction that they're going, and Offset is going to continue to put this music out. I guess it could be a way to, get through this whole thing, but they're kind of calling him out for being like, well, you say you're not in your feels, but you clearly are.
Right, it seems like he is bothered by this, Mojo. But, look, I'll say this, for his music, it's gotten a lot of attention today. People are talking about the song, people are talking about the album, so I'm sure it's helpful to him from that standpoint. But, I think it's hard to release a song about your ex and her new boyfriend, Mojo, and pretend like you don't care. I mean, clearly you do, right? What do you think, Mojo?
Well, first of all, I gotta tell everybody, happy Halloween today. Just a little sneak peek at what is to come later. A small part of my Halloween costume. To find out what it is later, hit the TMZ Sports site. But back on point right now. You hate to see this, right? You don't want to hear this. It's complicated. There's families involved.
They got three kids, Mojo. They've got 3 kids together, Cardi and Offset do.
I think that's the part that makes this the worst about it. I mean, look, having problems with an ex, who hasn't had problems with an ex at some point, but mother of your children, it just gets a little tricky there. So I think it would have been better to leave it alone for that side of it. But I feel like it's impossible to put this out in the universe and not come off as bitter or sour or like you really are hurting. I mean, if you really weren't hurting, you wouldn't feel the need to address this whatsoever. I mean, probably the best way you can deal with an ex, make them jealous, whatever it is to just move on and not award them a single ounce of your attention whatsoever. I mean, honestly, that's probably the best way to handle this. Obviously, you're seeing a lot more of that on the other side of the fence here. So, I mean, hopefully Cardi, she doesn't respond. I mean, who knows if Stefan is going to. I mean, it's a little bit different of a situation there, but and he's a Terp. We like to talk our trash, so there's that as well. But yeah, man, I don't know. I probably would have left this off if it was me.
Yeah, it would be interesting to see if Cardi B does feel the need to respond. I am sure that Stefan Diggs, sometime this week, sometime next week, as he's in the Patriots locker room, you know they are going to ask him about this. This has become one of the biggest stories in all of entertainment. You've got these two huge stars in music, so he is definitely going to be asked about it. We'll see if he says anything. I think, like Lucas has said, Cardi, for her part, she has spoken so glowingly about how happy she is with Stefan Diggs, and he's been romantic and taking her on all these nice trips, renting out the castle in Europe. So it seems like they're in a really good place. They've got the baby on the way. I think I'm with you guys. Hopefully they feel no need to respond here, but we will see. Coming up next on TMZ Sports, Mark Zuckerberg, one of the richest men in the entire world, hops into the octagon with one of the baddest men in the world, training with Alex Pereira, and we've got the video. We're going to show it to you next. All right, moving on to one of the wealthiest men in the entire world, Mark Zuckerberg, who has beaten up one of the baddest men in the entire world, or at least he was training with him. So Mark Zuckerberg, who we know, Lucas and Mojo, has been training Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. We had the entire storyline last year where Elon Musk was possibly going to fight Zuck. Well, he has been training. The fight hasn't happened, but Mark has maintained that he likes doing BJJ, and he has continued to train on a weekly basis. And, well, he has now linked up with Alex Pereira. Alex Pereira is the UFC's light heavyweight champion. I mean, he is... It's not an exaggeration to say he is arguably the most scary man in the entire organization. He is just a dominant fighter. And here he is, again, training with a guy who is worth something like, I don't know, $200 billion, give or take. And look, I mean, you could see from the footage, guys, obviously Alex is not going hard on him. If Alex wanted to knock Zuck's head off, he could do that. But I think it just goes to show how serious he is about this, Lucas, and he really likes it. He doesn't need to do this, turns out.
He really doesn't, and he knows what can happen in a sport like this because he shredded his knee.
Oh, yeah.
But this is him getting back into action, and he's not letting that stop him from doing his thing. I think it is cool.
Wow, there he was with the
On one
surgery.
hand, I love it because, if I had the money, I'd become friends with everybody and kind of like be a kid in a candy store. And it's like, okay, well, if you want to shoot hoops with Michael Jordan, you do that.
Right.
If you want to, grapple and ground and pound with Alex Pereira, then you can do that. But also on the other side, it's like, just give up, dude. It's not like you're going to go pro in this.
Yeah, probably not. Although, look, I think we've seen him at least one time enter into a tournament, and he did pretty well there. And I don't.
Where they told everyone to let him win.
Well, I don't. Who knows? Maybe. I'll say this though, and I'm glad this kind of is a natural segue. 2023, Alex Volkanovski is also, as good as Alex Pereira is. Alex Volkanovski, one of the best ever in his weight class. He was a dominant champion for years and years and years. There is Mark Zuckerberg with Israel Adesanya and Volk. I spoke with Volk about training because like Pereira did with Zuckerberg, Alex Volkanovski did the same thing. I spoke with Volk about Zuck, and I think they all respect him, and that was one of my takeaways here. Here's Volkanovski.
He trains. He's pretty athletic. He's coordinated, and he's committed. I guess he commits to everything he does. He wouldn't be where he is if he didn't. So he's committing to the training. He loves it. Like, he's serious. You know what I mean? He's training, and honestly, he loves the sport. Like, we're not sitting there and just, we're not just going through any techniques that you're giving to a beginner. Like, I'm telling him techniques of what I do and why I like to do them. Like, the higher and you evolve the latest sort of stuff that we're doing. You know what I mean? He's in a position now where he can take that knowledge in and understand why it works. So it's mate, I'm telling you, he's serious.
So there it is, Mojo. I don't think that Volkanovski would make something up. I don't think he would lie, although Mark Zuckerberg does have a lot of money. But I actually do take him at his word that this guy respects the sport. He likes the sport. You often see him octagon side at UFC fights. So, I think he's kind of garnered the respect of some of the baddest men in the world.
lie, maybe not. White lie, absolutely. Yes, all these guys are worried about getting shadow banned, Babcock. They're trying to keep their views high.
Facebook?
Facebook and Instagram, same thing,
Instagram,
right?
right. Good point.
Yeah, that's
Good point.
the
All
big
right.
one, the latter. So, I mean, there's that. These guys, their social platforms are literal currency to them. They probably make more with their endorsement deals than they do to actually fight in the ring. So you got to make sure you take care of the guy who owns the platform. Speak highly. Their engagement goes up 2,000,000% overnight. So there's that. I mean, obviously, Lucas, I'm with you. I don't think this guy's going to take any real fights.
Yeah.
He's definitely not going to commit to this full time. What, he's going to give up Facebook to fulfill his dream of being a fighter? That dude gets punched in the face one time for real by a real fighter, and that's it. He's quitting on the spot. I bet any money in the world on it. But doesn't mean that you can't still respect the sport. Doesn't mean you can't still train in it and prepare and have fun with it. I mean, you got to work out somehow, right? Might as well do it, doing something that you love. And who knows, maybe we do get a celebrity fight at some point. I mean, if he's still going to be receiving the top training from the top athletes and fighters on the planet, who's to say there isn't some other billionaire out there that, he could kick their ass? I mean, in that case, it's absolutely amazing for his brand. I mean, I probably still have Elon whooping up on Zuck. I probably still have that one. But there's somebody else. There's plenty of billionaires out there, and they all didn't get rich by working out, They got rich by not working
how about
out
this?
And doing other things. So
I have an idea, and you just brought his name up, Elon Musk. There is going to be a huge fight at the White House in mid-June, couple months away. You saw Dana White and Mark Zuckerberg together. They're friends. Obviously, Dana White, Donald Trump are really close friends. Elon Musk, Donald Trump, they were good friends, had a falling out. I think Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, you put it right there on the undercard of the UFC card at the White House. Dana White has said he wants to make this the biggest fight card of all time. I think that's the way you do it. That's my vote. Before Joe Mauer was a Baseball Hall of Famer, he had a scholarship to play quarterback at Florida State. So, did the former AL MVP make the right career choice? Hear his answer when TMZ Sports rolls on right after this. Welcome back to TMZ Sports. Joe Mauer, the first ballot Hall of Famer, one of the greatest catchers of all time. But did he make the right decision in playing baseball instead of football? So you remember a couple of days ago, we learned that Alex Rodriguez, the great A-Rod, had years back when he was teammates with Patrick Mahomes Sr., Patrick Mahomes' dad, of course. They were teammates on the Texas Rangers. A-Rod revealed that he actually told Mahomes not to play football, instead to play baseball because there was more money to be had. So with that conversation out there in the ether, we actually ran into Joe Mauer, and we knew that Joe Mauer, you go back in the day, he was one of the best high school football players in the country. You want to know how good he was? He actually, he had an offer from Florida State. So Florida State University made him a scholarship offer. He could have went there, and he could have played quarterback for them. So that's the type of player that Joe Mauer was. But again, he chooses not to play football. He plays baseball, and he's a Hall of Famer. Was it the right decision? That's the question we asked Joe.
With the football star version of you, what do you see the limit being? You think you would have gone pro? Like, what's your imagination on that?
That's a great question. There's, I guess we'll never know, but I enjoyed competing. I enjoyed playing, and I got as far as signing to go play for Coach Bowden down at Florida State. So who knows? But I enjoyed it. Enjoyed that process, and ultimately glad I chose baseball.
I mean, it's hard. If you're a Hall of Famer, it's hard to say anything but that, right?
Yeah.
Aren't you curious though? I'm really curious. What would have happened? I mean, maybe might have been Peyton Manning. Who knows?
Maybe, but I think he has 223.3 million reasons to
Is that how much he made?
Not regret his decision. Right. I think everything turned out great for Joe Mauer, but I do think at some point you would look, just think about what the other road would have been like. I'm sure that would be natural, but
I was thinking that last week about Mahomes.
The thing is, at least it worked out for him very well in the MLB. There are other people who, think about Tim Tebow or, like all these other athletes who, try both sports and they feel like they just didn't really get the full experience with one and they try the other. At least it worked out really well.
It can be done. Obviously, we know that Bo Jackson has done it.
Deion
Sanders has done it. They were both better football players than they were baseball players. But I think it's again, $223 million. I didn't know he made that much money, Mojo. Even without the money, it's hard to say if you're a first ballot Hall of Famer in one sport that you made the wrong decision. But I'm very curious what it would look like if they had each made the different decision. Like what would Patrick have done? Would he have been a big leaguer? Would he have not? We'll never know, unfortunately.
Yeah, you'll never know. But put the 9 figures that he made aside. Put away the Hall of Fame status. At the end of the day, he is leaving sports with way less injuries than he was likely to sustain playing football, namely head injuries. So quality of life after the fact is going to be so much better. So, all things considered, baseball is probably going to be a better fit. Guaranteed contracts, more money, less strain on the body, all of these things. So, there's that. One thing that football does have over baseball, obviously it's a way better game, and football is America's sport. They want to call baseball America's pastime, whatever. You can have that. But now football is king in the United States. So you missed out on that part of it, being able to walk around like the baddest man on the planet.
Yeah.
Maybe the UFC heavyweight champion would have something to say about that particular part. But still, you get my point. You never know. This dude was a Hall of Famer. He could have gone over to football and flopped immediately, whether that was because of an injury or something else. So when you get to that level, you just cannot let that exist in your head whatsoever. He made the right decision, that's for sure.
I agree. He looks like a quarterback, though. He looks like a quarterback. Wrestling legend Jeff Hardy saw Jahmyr Gibbs dress as him for Halloween. What does he think is the question. Find out next from Brother Nero himself when TMZ Sports comes back right after this. Welcome back to TMZ Sports. Babcock here. Today's Halloween, but we've been talking about some of these awesome costumes that NFL teams, really the whole sports world, they've been dressing up all week. One of our favorites, though, was Jahmyr Gibbs, the Lions star running back. He dressed up as pro wrestling legend, Jeff Hardy. Now, I thought he looked awesome. It was spot on. Yeah, his girlfriend wasn't looking all that bad either, if you remember back a few days. Hey.
Sure do.
Shorty. He looked absolutely awesome. But what do I know? I'm not a wrestler. We went straight to the source, guys. We actually, earlier today, we had an opportunity to talk with Jeff Hardy. He saw the video, and we asked him, hey, Jeff, is this good? Is it bad? Does it get your approval? What do you think?
That's amazing, man. Just my mind was blown away. And Lamar Jackson used to be my favorite NFL football player. So now I got a new one.
Did you think Jahmyr had it down pat? He had the hand gestures. He had everything going pretty well. He even had his girlfriend as Lita.
Oh, he was ready to go to a WrestleMania main event, man. He was good to go.
What would you say? What would you say to Jahmyr? Maybe we could get him out to the Impact Zone or something. He's clearly a fan of the Hardys.
Oh, man, just thanks for, dressing up like me, man. Back in the 2008 and 2008, 2009, some say I was bigger than Obama, man. So it means a lot, brother. I really appreciate it.
That's awesome because you got to imagine that Jahmyr Gibbs is a huge wrestling fan for him to do that.
Yes, and when Jeff says that about being bigger than Obama in 2008, I have friends who are super into wrestling, and they said they absolutely adored Jeff Hardy. Like that run that he had, he was just so electric, so fun that like, you had like these other huge, massive names that everyone knows, but he was just like the fun one, you know, the one that everyone liked. So it is really cool. But I think we got to get Jeff Hardy at a Lions game, doing an entrance, get them out the tunnel, do something like that. That would be so fantastic.
If any team that like would have Jeff Hardy, it'd probably be the Lions, and the way Dan Campbell is, he gives me professional wrestling vibes, Mojo. So yeah, we need this to happen.
Yeah, Dan Campbell and Jeff Hardy would be great. Just don't let Jeff anywhere near a football stadium, man. He's gonna start looking around, looking for stuff he can jump off of, something crazy to do. We gotta keep Jeff in one piece. He's broken his body enough for us, for all the fans, for years, man. You weren't kidding, man. 08, 09, like you had to just watch every week. Like, what is he gonna do this time? Like, I can't imagine the pressure that was on him to just figure out a way to up the ante every single week. But hey, I'm with him. He said his favorite player was Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's a great choice.
Yes.
Especially as a Maryland guy. I definitely am not going to fight him on that one whatsoever. But, if there is a pro athlete in any kind of pro league that told me that they were a Mojo Rawley fan and dressed up as Mojo for Halloween, that would instantly be my favorite player in that league. I don't care how many personal friendships I had in that league. That moves you up the list to numero uno.
So we have some breaking news that our whole complex Halloween costume, the tournament, it's not just TMZ, it's all the other companies who are in our complex here. Sinners, the Charles costume, the Shannon costume, they have won first place. So great honor to them. Amber too, she placed, not exactly sure where, but that's how TMZ does costumes. Big deal. We are out of time. Have a fun time tonight. Be safe. Get a lot of candy. Have a blast. We got a bunch of sports, college football. We got NFL on Sunday. Bunch to talk about on Monday. Have a great night, guys. We'll see you then.
I'm a lawyer.